What's up you guys, welcome back to the channel and I hope you all are doing well. In today's vlog I'm gonna share with you what I spend on in a week. So without further ado, let's get started. I would like to categorize my expenses into two different categories. One would be regular and one would be ad hoc. So regular expenses are those expenses that I have to make every month and there isn't much of change. They might go a little up or a little low, but there isn't a big change in those expenses. And then ad hoc expenses are some things that I don't know about in advance and they just come in and I have to take care of those because that's how it is. Let's first talk about the regular expenses. So I'm gonna start with groceries. So I tend to buy groceries from different types of grocery stores. I go to Walmart, I go to Whole Foods, I go to Asian stores, I go to Indian store because I like to experiment with food. So I tend to buy groceries from different types of stores. So in reference to last week, it was around $60 and usually this number is a little on the higher side if I tend to visit multiple stores, but I'm just visiting one or two stores, then it would be like $50–60, and last week it was $60. So that's that. For my car, I pay $539 per month as EMI and that roughly amounts to $135 every week. Yeah, that's a big number. Considering my expenses has changed quite a lot since last year because I bought the car last year. Then I have my car insurance, which is $120 per month, which is around $30 per week. And then I also have gas expenses, so I don't really travel a lot since it's lockdown and I don't have to go to office. So I spend like $20 every month on my gas and that would be like $5 every week, which isn't a big amount as of now, but this number keeps changing depending on what I'm planning for that week. If I'm gonna travel to the downtown or if I'm gonna go somewhere else even further, then of course I need to pay more for the gas, but for now it is $5 per week. Then there is my phone bill, which is $30 and that is roughly $7 per week. And I usually do not order food from outside a lot and I like to cook my own food, but last week I did order 3 takeouts and that roughly amounts for my share of $30. So for these expenses the total gets around $207, which is not that bad. So now let's talk about utilities and things like that. I chose to stay close to work because initially I didn't have a car and I didn't want to have long commute times. That's why I chose to pay a little extra on the rent because this house is quite big and it's very spacious, it's very comfortable. That's why I don't mind spending that much of money. But yeah, I would want to cut that down if possible. But for now, my rent is around $1,400 including water, garbage and things like that. So that is, and I share this house with another friend of mine, so that is around $700 per month. Then I have electricity bill. So electricity, since this is winter time, my usual electricity bill would be like $100 or something, but because it's winter now it's like around $200. So $200 divided between me and my friend and then divided by 4 every week is like $25. And then I have Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi is around $60 and then like for me I think it would be like $7 per week. And if you add all these expenses, it's around $414. Now let's talk about subscriptions. For some reason, I had convinced myself that I'm not going to subscribe for any sort of subscriptions and I don't have any sort of subscriptions. But then when I was writing my expenses for this video, I realized that I do have 2 subscriptions on my name, actually 3, but then you can skip the third one, I'll tell you why. But let's talk about the first 2. So I pay around $21 for Adobe Premiere Pro and that's yearly subscription, but I do pay monthly for it. So that's $21 and then roughly around $5 every week. Then I have Sam's Club membership, which I had subscribed to last year, and then last year I forgot to unsubscribe from it, and that's how I still have that membership. It's going to expire soon in I guess March, so I need to unsubscribe and stop that membership before that so that I don't get charged. But I kind of stay very far from Sam's Club, so it doesn't make sense for me to drive 40 minutes just to get groceries or get gas in my car. It's not cost efficient for me, so that's why I tend to go to the nearest Walmart or another grocery store. Memberships like Sam's, Costco are really good if you have a big family. Then it makes sense to buy things in bulk from these places. But for a single person or even for 2 people, I don't think it makes much of sense to have these kind of memberships. So I'm going to stop Sam's. So I'm not calculating that cost right now because I already paid for it well in advance last year and I'm not going to pay for it this year. Then the third subscription that I have is of Netflix. Luckily, I do not have to pay for Netflix because it's part of my T-Mobile plan. Now let's talk about the second category of expenses, ad hoc expenses. So the first on the list would be my last week's outing for snow tubing. If you haven't seen that vlog, I'll put it up here. But I went for snow tubing last week and that was for $26 per person. So that was like a one-time payment, so $26 for that. I also bought a tripod from Amazon, which was $50. And these days I have been enjoying gardening, so I have been buying a lot of garden supplies. Last week alone I spent like $8 to bring the soil and things like that. So that is one ad hoc expense that I don't do every week, but yeah, I do it sometimes. So yeah, if I calculate my ad hoc expenses for last week, it was around $84. Now if I add all these expenses, it comes around $503, which I feel is quite a lot. And when I actually calculated these numbers, I was surprised to see that I spend $500 every week, which is like $2,000 every month. That's a big amount for me. But then I realized quite a big chunk of my money goes towards my car and my rent, which is something I cannot avoid. And then there are groceries and trips and outings, things like that. But that is something I do not want to compromise or change on, so I'm not going to do anything around that. That was going to be the same. One thing I don't like is paying for subscriptions, because there are times when you don't even use these things but you end up paying for it because you don't even realize that you're paying since they are auto debited from your account. I'm going to stop my Sam's membership soon and I'm going to try to move away from my Adobe Premiere Pro, because I think it would make sense to move to another software or maybe something else, a better ecosystem where I don't have to pay monthly for these services. One thing I've realized while making this video is that keeping a tab of your expenses is a good thing. It makes you realize where and how much you are spending, and you can make better financial decisions. It also helps in budgeting and deciding how much money you need at a time. So I've made a note for myself that I'm going to think more in this direction and keep a tab of these things more regularly, so that I don't go over budget and I make sure I am putting specific amount of money on specific things. And I think that's it for today's vlog. And I would like to hear from you guys. What do you think of my expenses and how much you spend every week? And also, what do you think about subscriptions? It's an interesting and probably a debatable topic. If you're getting value out of those things, then maybe it's good to have. Thank you so much guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Till then, bye bye.